Hi, everybody, and welcome to Take Your Medicine. I am Tobi Blake, and my co hosts are not with me today. I have ducks nearby and lots of birds saying hello, and some very special trees that I have been meditating with for the last little while. I've been sitting in this car trying to work up the courage to talk about the things that are on my heart. This is episode 70, 70. And if you've been here from the beginning, I thank you so much. I am really doing my best to step into the fullest expression of myself, which includes all of my spiritual experiences. And I have had some really profound ones recently. And I have a deep desire to share, and my guides and loved ones on the other side are all for me sharing. Wow, what a beautiful crow. um, I am sitting right in front of the auntie trees where I had my first experience with the trees uh, during COVID on June 7th of 2020. These trees began channeling through my body when AJ and I were lying under them on a little picnic date, and I was completely overwhelmed and blown away and had no idea what was happening to me. And I started from there to be drawn to other sacred plant medicines, specifically ayahuasca and mushroom medicine or psilocybin. And so I was very cautious and nervous and did a lot of research, and eventually decided to use mushroom medicine by myself in the back of my car. I made a whole little temple out of my car. I covered all the windows with shawls and blankets, and I put all the seats in my car down and put a futon back there, and I did 3.5 grams of psilocybin mushrooms, and that was such a crazy, cool, magical experience. And from the beginning, I started to have experiences where I felt like something was making contact with me. But each time I went back, and I did keep going back, I kept feeling drawn probably about every 6 weeks. 6 weeks to 2 months, I would go back, usually in the back of my car in Sedona, Arizona, and journey. And when I say journey, I every single time I used the mindfold eye mask and noise canceling headphones with the Johns Hopkins uh, psilocybin research playlist. I can post my playlist that includes that playlist in the description of this video. My playlist now includes a Michael Seeley meditation that is 40 minutes long, then the Johns Hopkins list, which is 1 hour and 6 minutes long, and then another beautiful psilocybin list that's very similar. That's another hour, and then just shamanic, you know, ambient kind of flute, beautiful meditation music for as long as you can go. It's like 8 hours of flute meditation music. So it's a wonderful way to go deep, deep, deep. And when I first started doing this work, I was going deep into my childhood trauma every time I journeyed, and it was crazy. I was being shown things that I had forgotten and shut out, and it was very difficult at times. I mean, I was in the back of my car by myself wailing and weeping and crying and in the fetal position and sweating and snotting and all of the things. And it was brutal to get through, but I felt so drawn to my own healing. I knew it was going to heal me. And I kept going back, and I started making contact with these beings, but they wanted me to come with them. They told me that I was one of them, but their energy was so intense and so strong that I felt afraid of them, and I had no idea what would happen if I said yes and went with them. So I didn't for a while. And they never ever forced themselves upon me, but they would always make contact and say, come on, you're one of us, come on. And they had this very deep, intense, passionate jungle energy, like, come on. I don't even know how to explain it, but it was intense, and they had tentacles, and I was like, whoa, I don't know if this is good or bad. It's very intense. Anyway, eventually I went and sat with the medicine of ayahuasca 2 nights in a row in a beautiful temple where I met wonderful friends, and I was terrified. I was having full blown panic attacks leading up to my ayahuasca ceremonies, but I was having the most cool synchronicities. I happened upon my great grandmother's history written in a book, and this major, major, major event in her life that changed the course of her entire life happened on the same day that I was about to receive ayahuasca. And I opened to that the night before I received the ayahuasca. My wrist swelled up. I looked like I had a baseball on my wrist. It was so painful. And I went to the urgent care, and they couldn't find anything wrong. And they told me to put a brace on it and ice it. And so I decided that this baseball on my wrist was just my fear manifesting physically. So I decided to push through. And so when I received ayahuasca the first night, I was in an arm brace, but the next night I was completely fine and healed, and it was totally back to normal. So I was very glad that I pushed through and went and received ayahuasca. But when I was sitting with the ayahuasca, those exact same beings made contact with me, these tentacled beings that are so intense, and come with us, you're one of us, and I couldn't do it. I saw myself on ayahuasca as this little girl in a white gown, a long sleeve, long white nightgown with long dark hair, and all I could see was the back of myself just staring at these tentacled beings. And I was like, nope, not happening. So I regretted not going with them, because in the integration circle after that, everyone was like, oh, you have to go with these beings. Like, they're good. Even if they feel scary, they're good. Just go. But then the second night we received the ayahuasca, the beings did not show up. So it was the next session with psilocybin that I most likely made contact with these beings and decided to go with them. And the very first one that worked with me was Ebert, and I didn't know his name for a while. And his name I'm still less sure of than Jesus Kate's, because Jesus Kate uses her name audibly. She takes over my whole freaking mouth and brain, and all my body can do is say Jesus Kate. So I know Jesus Kate is Jesus Kate. Ebert, I feel like I saw him spell out his name at a certain point in like what looked like a sparkler or something, but I am holding out that maybe he has a different name, or maybe he's just an unnamed being. He's amazing nonetheless. He's so freaking cool and has shown me so many different sides of himself in the last 5 years. So many lessons, but his first lesson was the lesson of the heart chakra and the power of the pause and the difference between reacting and responding and working with me, with my children, and learning to tune into the heart chakra and to breathe into the body and to slow down enough to check and see, is this something that I need to urgently react to, or do I need to just slow down and allow something to move through? It was a very, very powerful lesson, and he showed me himself as a dragon that day. Reds and oranges, and just this absolutely majestic, fierce dragon, this ancient dragon face. At one point, he showed me this dark energy coming toward my car, and his dragon energy whisked around my car and cleaned the energies, like whisked that energy right out and whirled around an entire circle around my car. I was just like, whoa, it was really cool. And he also showed me himself as a baby dragon that day on a pedestal, on a column. Oh, I can see my co-mama Tiff in her Tiffany blue Jeep passing by. I'm at this park that's just less than a mile from both of our houses. Mwah, mwah, I love you, Tiff. Anyway, I haven't even showered. I dropped off Anthony at school and I came to talk about this because I got just a burst of courage, and I really want to speak about these things because I have had new experiences, and I know I've talked about these things before, but I have had in the last couple of weeks some really profound experiences that I feel like I need to share that kind of piggyback on these stories. So anyway, Ebert taught me many things, and started performing these procedures on my physical body that I did not understand. I was just writhing, and it was absolutely brutal in the back of my car, just sweating buckets and working through the most uncomfortable, torturous energies moving through my body again and again and again and again and again. I would go back because each time after these procedures, I felt lighter, I felt freer, I felt more grounded, I felt like I was able to think better, I felt like I was more empathetic and compassionate and present with my children and my partner. I was being healed by these procedures, by these beings. And Ebert eventually introduced me to his very feminine counterpart, who I at first thought she was saying cheesecake, but on 2/2 of maybe 22, I'm not sure, maybe 21. But I remember that it was on 2/2 because AJ's favorite number is 2, and Jesus Kate loves AJ so much. Anyway, she told me her name, and I thought she was saying cheesecake, and she was saying Jesus Kate. She started working on me and my body, and when AJ and I would journey, he would have a traditional mushroom medicine experience, and I would be channeling Jesus Kate. And I didn't even know what channeling was. I had no idea what any of this was. And my whole life began to change as these beings started making themselves known and traveling through my body and sending me traveling through the cosmos with them, through portals, oh my God, and into dimensions that, I mean, I have seen so many amazing, beautiful things and been taught so many cool lessons and been introduced to many galactic tribes and nature spirits. And it has been such a cool experience. It was very difficult at first to work within my marriage with Jesus Kate because she's very intense, and I did not know how to ground myself. I did not know how to I didn't know what the fuck was happening to me when she was channeling through me. It was all so new and so intense for both AJ and I. And we really, really had to work through a lot of difficult things to be able to have this incredible galactic dragon angel octopus being. She is everything. She is limitless. She is a deity, but she is a friend. She has no desire to be worshipped. She just is a friend. And I have actually wondered and wondered and wondered what Jesus Kate actually is. What is she, my higher self? Many people have said, I think she's just you. But every time I see Jesus Kate, and there have been many times where she surprises me, she disguises herself. She'll hide within a tree, and I'll think I'm channeling a tree for an hour, and then she'll jump out of the tree and be like, it's Jesus Kate. She's so wild and funny and cool and awesome, and she can shapeshift. And I could talk about her for hours. And we've had other lives together that she's shown me. She's so fucking cool. So anyway, this last journey on this past Monday, she finally answered my question. She said that we're getting to a place in my own healing and me needing to find confidence and my own self-worth, and really I'm still trying to figure out self-care. And this last journey was all about really embodying myself completely, being the fullest expression of myself, loving myself, accepting of myself, reminding myself that I am safe in this body, safe in my home. New concepts to my nervous system, because I've never felt safe in my body since the womb, is what they were showing me. Fully, fully, fully safe. Most of us never do, because this world is so chaotic and noisy and dysregulating. And so they were performing all of these procedures on Monday to help regulate my nervous system. Oh my God, they were vibrating my entire body at a higher frequency than I have ever vibrated, ever, ever, ever in my life. I feel like I can still totally tap into that vibration and feel it again. And it was such a healing, so many different healing vibrations. And as you can tell, my energy is different. I feel lighter. My shower, after the 2 showers after my last session, my body just felt so light. It's such an interesting experience to feel the physical effects of this healing work. But man, I have felt more calm, more excited about life, more confident in who I am. And in this last journey, Jesus Kate said, you are wondering who I am in relation to you. And not having the answer to this question is keeping you from fully having confidence in who you are and your human self and all of these things. And then she showed me herself as the most beautiful dragon. And she told me that I was her twin. I am her twin sister dragon. And she put her dragon face right into my face and looked deep into my eyes. And she's made of these like pinks and purples and blues, like turquoisey blues. So freaking gorgeous. And she stares deep into my eyes. And it's all telepathic. It's not actual words. I'm, translating into words, but it was this powerful moment. AJ was next to me, sober, and watching the experience, and it was like the most beautiful. She wrapped her energy all around me. I was in a portal of her love, and as we're wrapped up in her love and beauty, she's showing me herself as a mirror image of herself. It was so beautiful, and it has given me new confidence to know that I have a twin dragon. She showed me that my mother is a twin, and that my best friend, soul sister Iggy, is a twin, and that my son Jonah actually was a twin within the womb. So that's a story for another time. But I too am a twin. I'm a twin with a dragon named Jesus Kate. And I don't know what the fuck that means, because I certainly don't have all the answers. I'm like, where are we from? What does it mean? But they showed me the most ancient dragon energy this time. I mean, oh my God, the symbols and there's no way to describe it, but even the emoji on the iPhone for the dragon face is very similar to what I am shown as a dragon face. Epert's has the dark oranges and reds and very much like fire, and then Jesus Kate has these like pinks and blues and purples and turquoises, and they're both so beautiful, and they can both shapeshift and become many, 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 many things, many energies. So this brings me to the next part of what I want to talk about. Thank you for being patient as I catch my breath for a minute while oh my God, I'm looking at a rainbow. How beautiful. The sprinklers are on, watering the auntie trees, and the sun is shining through the shower, and it is like a full blown rainbow right in front of my eyes, right in front of the auntie trees. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful, beautiful trees. I tend to snap a lot when I do any kind of channeling or spiritual anything. These energies are high vibration, and I think that's why I snap. And people with autism, I think, are at a higher vibration. And when I'm channeling, I feel like I have the mannerisms of somebody with autism. And I wonder if it's because my body is vibrating at a much higher frequency, and it's just doing so many weird things, and I love it. I've learned to open and allow it to move through me, just like our beautiful friends with autism allow, without caring what people think and trying to control their movements and stay rigid into what is normal and okay. But on this last journey, I was also given a lot of instruction from my son Thomas. And I tread lightly and have treaded lightly when it comes to talking about Thomas. It's hard to even open my mouth to talk about, because words insult and minimize, and there's no sentence or paragraph that could ever convey the beauty of Thomas and the pain. This rainbow is so beautiful. I'm so grateful. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, trees. I haven't recorded in a while because I've been integrating this journey and integrating a new person into our home, a loved one who I'm so excited to have staying with us for a while. But I feel self-conscious about recording in my house when there's anyone else there. I'm shy, so it's been difficult for me to record, but I feel guided to share. And I also feel protective of my loved ones and my family and sharing. But this last journey was all about me stepping into confidence and trusting myself, trusting that my intentions are good, that I want to just help. And I know Thomas wants to help. He is such a powerful healer, and since his passing, we have watched miracle after miracle after miracle take place. So many relationships healed, so many lives changed. Thomas has helped recenter our whole family and brought us all closer together and shown us what is important. When he lived on the earth in his physical body, he was such an incredible example of reverence for the earth and love and kindness and protectiveness of everyone and everything around us. He is a gentle being on this side and on the other side, and also extremely strong and powerful on this side and on the other side. He is such a beautiful teacher, and when he was here, he taught us all to love each other and to love every living being. He had reverence for the plants and for the animals and for the oceans and for all of the elements, and he was deeply in tune with the earth and still is. And he sent his dad and I each separately a video that I will link in the description here if I remember. I'll try. It's a Ram Dass video called "It's All Perfect." So if I forget to link it, look it up. "It's All Perfect" by Ram Dass. And he truly lived by everything that video speaks about, and he also wanted us to watch that video before his passing, I feel, because it brings peace now as well. And I feel like he did always tell me he was going to die young, and I would always ask him to please not say that. But he just always had a knowing, and I'm so grateful that he left the most beautiful art, the most beautiful music, that we can dance to his songs and hear his voice and feel his love. And he always said, "I am you and you are me." He knew that we are mirrors of each other. And he continues to teach me everything that he was teaching on this side. He continues to teach me now on the other side. We, he says, are bridges. He is a bridge, and I want to help him to to bring others to happiness and joy and healing and balance and equilibrium and peace and harmony and joy and fun and creativity and playfulness. Thomas has dragon energy that is beautiful beyond words and very, very ancient. He has the most glorious angel energy. He puts the most incredible, beautiful energies through my body. And this last journey, he put root systems through my body. It was like my body was the soil, and he was putting these beautiful streams of light through the soil, through my body, and I could feel the healing energy of each one of these streams of light, and they looked like roots, and it was so beautiful. And then the very next day, my co-mom, Tiff, who just passed a little while ago, wrote me a note, and on the note it was this beautiful picture of a woman who becomes a tree and her roots go down into the earth, and it said, "We are the roots." And she had no idea that Thomas had made, soil and roots out of my body. So the synchronicities are so cool and so beautiful. At one point, because Thomas, I've journeyed, I'm not sure how many times since he passed away on October 2nd of 2023, maybe like 5 times. And the first few times it was really difficult for me to hold his energy because he vibrates at such a high frequency and it is so intense. And he worked with me and worked with me, and we just practiced and practiced breathing and relaxing and opening to more and more and more of his energy. And this last time I was able to sit in pure stillness with Thomas for hours, literally hours. The medicine wears off and he is still very much with me and channeling through my body because the medicine simply opens me. And then I have been able to see and connect with his physical energy so much better since this journey. I can see him when I am not on the medicine. I have seen him this morning. I can see him every day, every single day. I can see him in the light at least a few times. I can feel his vibrations more now because of these procedures he did on my body this last time. He attuned me because I could calm down. He attuned me to be able to feel his energy even when I am not on any medicine. He had me sit up in my bed, take off my eye mask, sit up, look around, and really acclimate to having his energy working with my body. It was so beautiful to sit in stillness and in meditation with my son, who is on the other side. And to speak about these things is very sensitive, but it's important to me that anyone who's ever lost a loved one knows that they are still here. Thomas tells us again and again, I am here. I am with you always. I am in the signs. I am in the symbols. I am in the trees. I am in the birds. I am in the rainbows. Our loved ones are always trying to make contact with us. And it is us who needs to quiet and still and heal ourselves so that we can connect with them. And they can heal our lives, they can heal our bodies, they can help us tune into our higher selves, our higher wisdoms. They can guide and help balance out our life so that we can live in harmony on this earth. So these beings literally want to bring these dimensions, these non-physical, harmonious, beautiful, creative, glorious dimensions to this physical dimension. Thomas is a bridge to doing that work, to bringing joy and peace and love and healing and happiness and well-being to the humans and to this planet. He loves this planet. He is friends with ayahuasca. He is friends with the snake collectives. He's brought me big cat collectives, bird collectives, plant collectives. He is friends with the nature spirits. And I am so deeply grateful to be able to connect with him in this way, to be taught by him, to be guided by him. And I am so grateful to Ebert and to Jesus Kate for preparing me. Jesus, Kate, and Thomas and Ebert are dear, dear friends. They alchemize their energy together. They make unique medicines and they work and perform procedures together. I am so excited to continue to work with them, to continue to learn from them. And I am so grateful for anyone who will listen, because their message is a healing message. It is to slow down and to be quiet. The same message that these trees right in front of me gave to me. The very first words I ever channeled were these: slow down and be quiet. It is in stillness that we feel that whatever is stuck inside of us is able to come up. And if we feel it, we literally heal it. So cliche, but it's really true. If we allow ourselves to sit and to slow down and to be quiet and to allow the painful stuff, the dark stuff, the heavy stuff to rise up within us, to allow it to move through, to not attach to it, but not to resist it, to allow it to move through, to cry it all out, to weep it all out, to express our apologies, to express our sadnesses. You know, we need to literally express it from our being. And our wounds want to be seen. They want to be seen and held. And so we need to connect with each other. We need to find safe spaces to hold space for one another and to feel and to hold it with one another, because as we do, we can literally transmute it into powerful energy for creation, for manifestation. We are meant to live abundant lives. We are not meant to be sick. We are meant to be well and happy and joyful. We are meant to celebrate and connect with one another and to create and to invent. We are meant to have amazing technologies, but we're all meant to share in the wealth. And so the more people are willing to slow down, be quiet, get still with themselves and heal themselves, the more we will heal as a collective. It is the only way to heal as a collective, is to do our individual work. We are each individual cells in some massive, beautiful, intelligent, creative, whatever being existence. I don't know. It is a great mystery, and I'm just grateful to be here and present and living in the magic of it all. So that is episode 70 on April 7th. I want to wish a very special happy birthday to Miss Piper, my precious niece. My soul sister Iggy's daughter Piper is a little badass. She is the sweetest, coolest, most fun, amazing girl. And I hope your birthday is super duper magical, and that your neon party on Saturday is so fun. Send pics. And I love you all. And I wish you all so much love and happiness and a moment of stillness in your day. Thank you for being here. And namaste.